Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunset Valley. Oh no, as you can see, I've already done so many renovations that it's getting hard to choose which house to do next. I've still got quite a bit to get through, but I did have Bethany move into the goth house the other day, but the renovation wasn't really working out, so I gave up on that and then I went over to this house. This is where the Bunch family lives, and I figured if I can get that house done, then I'll have this whole corner figured out. But that didn't work out either. I tried deleting the roof, I tried fixing things, but it was getting too stressful, so instead I'm gonna move Bethany out and we're gonna move her into this other house. It's owned by the Wainwright family, which you've probably never heard of. Even if you play Sunset Valley, they're not super popular. But what I do like about the Wainwright family is their house, so I know this house is already pretty good. I haven't seen it in like over a year, but I remember I really liked the interior. I think the shell is all right. I mean, it's all right for EA, I guess. And of course, I'd like to fix things up, but I figured that since this house is already pretty decent, let me show you the floor plan to show you what I mean. Like, it's got good colors, it's got a good floor plan and everything, so I thought that we would just kind of do it together, like nice and slow, step by step, and just make things a little bit more pretty. But before we get into the build, I want to thank today's sponsor, Brixity. Brixity is DevSister's newest sandbox city building mobile game, available now on iOS and Android. The year is 2523, where your mission is to build a city that would revive the abandoned and polluted Earth by using the miraculous bricks building blocks filled with purifying energy. Transform your ideas into reality with bricks blocks. Whether you make your own blueprint or choose custom blueprints made by others, you will have the power to construct a beautiful city of landmarks, shops, parks, and anything in between. With over 7,000 different bricks blocks available at launch, you can make the wildest ideas come to life. Explore other players' cities, where each visit presents an opportunity to discover exclusive building blueprints and new Brixity residents known as Peepos. Immerse yourself in a fun and joyful world. Witness the changing day to night and relax to the soothing soundtrack. The game provides an escape from the chaos of everyday life. Brixity is available now on iOS and Android. Download and support the channel by clicking the link in the video description or scanning the QR code on your screen. Thanks again to Brixity for sponsoring today's video. Okay, back to the game. Okay, so why don't we start a first-person tour so that way we know what we're dealing with. I love doing these tours because it really helps you get an idea as to what your Sims are actually seeing. Oh good, I was hoping that this garage wasn't attached, and it looks like it's not, so we might be able to make a real garage. Anyway, we'll get to that in a bit. Coming in the front door, I really like the couches, I really like the rug. I even like the wood tones that they used, but one thing I do not like is this brick wall. I don't think brick really suits this style. I think they did really well with the mid-century floor plan and architecture, so I'm not sure why they would choose brick, but let's just go into the kitchen here. Now, the kitchen does look very 70s, like very accurate to 70s, and of course, I don't really like that style. These are not really my colors, and I don't understand why the coffee maker, the sink, the fridge, the stove, and the food processor, and the trash can all have to be the same weird brown. Fridge and stove would have been enough. Okay, here's a dining room. EA usually does not decorate their dining rooms, and unfortunately, they tried to decorate it with this painting. Other than the painting, I think it's pretty good though. Some parts are better off than others. In the study here, I like how it's nice and big and open, but not too big. Like, you can fit the chess table here, you can fit a couple computers, and these are genius Sims, so it makes sense for them to have an office like that. I don't really mind elaborate skill rooms, I just think it has to suit the Sim. Coming into this room, there's a children's room, even though this couple does not have a kid. Ugh, it's given Agnes. Let's not talk about it. Let's go into the bathroom. I adore this color. Like, this is like one of my favorite shades of red. I love it on the lights, I love it in the tub, and I know I normally don't like weird colored bathrooms, but I just love this red so much. That being said, we might be able to harmonize it a little bit better, but they did all right. And coming into the master bedroom, I don't really like the striped wall. It's making me dizzy, but the bed's pretty good. I don't know how I feel about the blue wood, but I do like the red comforter. Again, it's that shade of red I like, and there's not really much else. There's just like a little courtyard area here, like a little sandbox, and up here on the roof, you have some plants and a telescope, which again makes sense because they're kind of geeky Sims. So if you're playing Sunset Valley with expansion packs, particularly seasons, this might be a good household to have an alien baby. But if that's not your gameplay, don't worry about it. Okay, with the tour out of the way, why don't we get into build mode and start renovating? Okay, so you know me. The first thing I like to do is to change the roof. I don't think this roof is awful, but I don't really like the overhang on the side here. I'd probably like to balance it a little bit better. The thing with EA is that they tend to like to make roofs bigger than they need to be, and I prefer to make them as small as possible. Now, that being said, I might overhang it one time style. There we go. That's a little bit more sensibly sized. For the half gabled roof, I'm just going to draw them on a little bit smaller. You know what? I was talking about this brick wall inside and I don't like it outside either. I think I'm going to replace it with a half wall. And like I said earlier, look how the garage is not attached, so we don't have to worry about constrained floor elevation. That's good because I am not in the mood for that. So here we have a little bit of a bump out situation. It's kind of hard to see, but if you delete these ceiling tiles here, you can see that this part of the house is like one tile smaller. So we're just going to shrink the roof a little bit too. I kind of like it. It gives it a little bit more dimension and it makes it look more like the neighbor's house. Their house is a little bit bigger though. And before I forget, why don't we get that half wall down? You know me, I like this glass half wall, so I'm going to put it as a placeholder. We can always change it later. My other option is to do this like crazy gold fence, but I don't know if it fits the style. I don't even know if the glass one fits the style. Okay, that pretty much does it for the shell, except I just realized that this garage is on a foundation. Remember how I said I didn't want to use constrained floor elevation? I think it'll just be easier to rebuild it. I know I've mentioned this before, but I'm just going to mention it again. Make sure that your garage is an even number of tiles long. So see how this one is 8 tiles long? That means that the garage door is going to fit in the middle. I'm not sure if I want to do 1 garage door or 2. I'm just going to start with 1 for now. Actually, looking at the neighbor's house, I kind of want to recreate that entryway. This house kind of had it, but it was in that EA style. You know what I mean? Ugly. Okay, so let's just box this out a little bit. It might not be clear what I'm doing yet, but I'll show you. So in order to make our entrance, I'm just going to draw a little wall here. It doesn't have to be quite all the way. I'm just going to do 4 tiles. And since there's no column down here, I'm just going to connect all of this with tiles. So from this angle, you can kind of see what I'm doing better. So I have the wall over here to support it, and I'm just going to drag a gabled roof over to make it all match up. If you keep all the pitches the same, it should line up nicely. Okay, I just threw some wallpaper down. Maybe now it's a good chance to get our colors. This house is really reading beige, and I don't actually hate it. Okay, I've kind of decided on this teal color, and I think I'm going to use it. I just need to find things that match with it. The wood isn't too bad. Maybe I'm just going to like pale it out a little bit. Ooh, I like it with the white wood. Very nice. Okay, let's find some bricks or some stones. I always find this to be the hardest thing to find. I don't think bricks or stones look very good really in any Sims game. Oh, I like this pattern. Maybe we'll use this. It's got little elements of blue and green in it already, but I don't want all the house to be rock, so let's just do the middle part. I figured the stone would be the most expensive material for the outside, so they'd want to use it the least. Maybe we'll do this wall decoration here too. And then for all the beige wood, I'm just going to change it to white, and then I'm going to use the teal on the rest of the house. Oh, nice. It looks really good with the house next door. That was exactly what I wanted. Okay, let's just clean it up a little bit, then we'll move on. In fact, I like the teal a lot more than I thought I would. I know it's one of my favorite colors, but I think I'm going to make both sides of the house teal. I know that sometimes I push color too far, but I don't think this teal is too abrasive, so we can go a little bit crazy. And the last thing I want to do is get rid of this brick wall here, and we'll find something else. One of my favorite fences for mid-century houses is this fence here. Now, I don't really know if it's a mid-century style, but it just seems to work out usually. And then maybe we'll stick a more contemporary staircase on the outside here with a slightly more normal railing. And as we make our way into the interior, I'm just going to clean up the landscaping a little bit. I think they did a good job. Usually EA does pretty good with landscaping, and it's not too tricky. I just like to change the style a little bit. So I usually use this like monorail fencing. I put it down and I pick a nice color. In fact, the default colors are not bad usually, but for this color scheme, let's go for more of a gray. Gray and black. We'll see how this works out. The gray is a little bit more subtle and kind of blends in with the stone pathing here. And actually, I'm going to open up an area here for the garage door. I always like having a back door to the garage. And you know what? I saved this weird teal color swatch for some brick flooring, and I think I'm going to use that. I'm going to make it a little bit darker and wash it out a little bit, but I think it's feeling the vibe. Now that I look at it, it is a little bit too much. So how about we just use it for the entryway, and then I'll use the concrete for the rest. I'll just keep a little square at the front here. Oh God, I always forget to change the mailbox color. Good thing I remembered. And you know what? Just so I don't have to come back outside, I've just popped into night mode here, and we're going to get our outdoor lights going. Sometimes I go a little bit crazy with outside lights, and as we can see, I already stuck 4 on the front garage here, but I'm going to limit myself to 8. So there's 4 on the garage, 2 by the front door, 1 under the roof here. Okay, maybe 8 isn't enough. I'm going to take 1 off of the front of the garage here, and I'm just going to put it by the back door, and then I'll stick 1 in the backyard here. Sometimes for houses, I do go a little bit too crazy, and I stick them all on the ground and in the backyard. Like, even if there's nothing back there, I'll have like 5 garden lights for no reason. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with the outside. I don't think I'm going to change the telescope or the plants. Like I said, a lot of the styling was still pretty good, so why don't we jump inside and see what we can keep? Okay, I think my best bet is actually just to delete the things I don't like and keep the things I do. And in fact, what I like to do is remove flooring and walls and kind of decide them at the end. In fact, I don't like their living room wall either, so we're going to get rid of it. The dining room wall is actually very nice. I might use that for the rest of the house, but let's pick a dining set first. I'm going to use use this glass one from Seasons. It's really nice, and most people have Seasons. It's one of the most popular expansion packs. Let's see if we can find a chair that matches it. Sometimes I don't like the chair that the table actually comes with, and I like to pick something else. In fact, most of the time I do that. See, like these base game ones are almost good, except for the fact that the table is very angular. I know it's got the tree on it too, but if you look at this chair, it's got a rounded back, and the rounded corners make it not look like it goes with each other. Ooh, but here's one from Late Night that I think looks a little bit better. Let's just pick those and we'll decide on a wood. I actually like the wood that the table comes in. It's a little bit darker and it's something that I wouldn't normally choose. Let's use that. We'll change the stereo to white. Why is there so many swatches for these things? I'm so glad I know some hex codes. It's a lot faster. Also, one detail that I just noticed here in the living room as I went to select a carpet, notice how they use diagonal tiles to make this square pattern in the rug. That's really good detail. Why don't they do that stuff more often? I find they do their best work in these little hidden builds. I don't get it. Okay, let's find some expensive hardwood. Oh, this brown floor is really nice. I've never used this before. And if I look deep down, there is a nice little pattern on it, which would be great if I wasn't lazy, but unfortunately I am. And speaking of lazy, I'm gonna steal the color from the couch and use it as the rug color in the dining room. Oh, the crosshatch looks really good too. Okay, I like it. And they did have a Narcissus vase on the table, so I'm gonna put that back. Okay, looking good. Let's move on to the kitchen. I'm gonna delete this brick wall here like usual, and I think I'm gonna put in my glass half wall again. Let me know what you think. Do you like the glass half wall? I think it works perfect for something like this. But I am tempted to use this one, which I only use once in a blue moon. I don't know why, but it does remind me of Shang Simla. I don't know if it has anything to do with Shang Simla, but I'm gonna use the glass one. For the counters, maybe we can use a dark wood just like they used in the dining set. Ooh, it kind of reads black, which isn't a bad thing for me. My default is always doing a marble countertop, so why don't we do that? I don't really have time to think about it, so I'm just gonna drag the Create a Style thing to all the counters. And honestly, as for the appliances, I think it's gonna be faster to just replace them. And I don't love where they are. I don't love this window either. What was I thinking? I liked most of the windows on this house, but I think I'm gonna change the kitchen window here. Okay, I'll just use these ones from Into the Future. And as for the appliances, I love how the defaults just come into the colors that I want. That doesn't happen with a lot of Sims things. In fact, I don't even like this stove. Let's get something better. Yeah, let's use this one. Okay, I'm gonna delete the food processor, the coffee machine, even the telephone's made of wood for some reason. Oh, and I've just noticed there's like barely any light in this kitchen. Sometimes you have to switch to night mode to actually see it. I like to use these glass ones on the wall for some reason. And why don't we do a big proper kitchen fluorescent light for once? It's a little big and bulky, but I like to use it sometimes. And honestly, I like the black tile that they use in the bathroom, so let's copy it to the kitchen too. I'm gonna use my own little angled floor trick here. Now that I have the black tile, I'm starting to rethink the floor. Sometimes I just like to change things as I go. Ooh, this floor is really nice too. It doesn't quite match the wall. We might have to tweak it a little bit. Or in fact, why don't we tweak the wall? That might be easier. There we go. That looks a lot better. Okay, let's find something for the kitchen. I know the whole first floor kind of has the same wallpaper, but it might be broken up if we do something nice in the backsplash. In fact, why don't we just copy the one from the bathroom and see how it looks? I don't really like it. I kind of like the style of it. I just don't really like the color. It looks a lot nicer in this gray color. In fact, we could darken it even further. Ooh, that's kind of nice too. Okay, I'm gonna try it in the bathroom. It actually looks a lot nicer in the bathroom. I think the bathroom looks better, but the kitchen is so bright. It looks a lot better at night as well. I don't know. Let's just keep it for now. We can always change it later. And like I said earlier, I don't think I'm gonna change the study. I think it just needs a little bit more light. I added a red rug underneath the desks, and I'm just gonna put this ceiling light somewhere in the middle here. There we go. Okay, pretty much ready to move on to the bedrooms and the bathroom. I didn't forget about my tub. In fact, this house only has one bathroom and can probably use two, but I don't think we're gonna need it. In fact, let's leave the bathroom for a little bit. I'm just gonna change the bedroom to rugs and just kind of figure out the wall color. In fact, I really like the wall color in the baby's room. I say baby's room, it's a kid's room, but I'm gonna make it a baby's room in a bit. I'm gonna change that to the other bedroom as well. Guess all I have left to do is the bedroom. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just add a crib and add a few more baby things. That way, if they have a kid, then it's good all the way up until teenagehood. Actually, it's kind of weird how they put a couch and a TV in here, but not a dresser or anything. Maybe it makes sense. We can have this as a games room as well. Okay, that should pretty much do it. Let's add a platform into the bathroom. I've been wanting to do this for so long. Okay, let's just pop it on, and I'm gonna actually remember something this time. What I always forget to do after I make my platform is paint the walls. So as you can see here, just on that one tile, you can actually paint the wall there. Okay, that's pretty good, and I'm gonna use my half walls once again to decorate. In fact, why don't we use these golden ones now? I've been looking for a reason to use these, so this is as good a time as any. Sorry, I lost control of the camera there. Okay, let's just add these tiled walls onto it, and we're gonna tile the top here. Oh, that looks so nice. I'm gonna move the lights a little bit. I'm gonna put one light over the tub and one light over the bathroom sink as well. And you know what? We can add an extra window as well. Perfect, there we go. And like, how long did that take? Like 30 seconds? No time at all. Okay, let's move on to the final bedroom. bedroom. I might just sneak the wood color from the other bedroom over to this one. I think this is the same one from the dining table. It's that dark wood that I would normally not choose, but it's working out so far, so let's add it to the furniture. Sometimes renovations can be really stressful for me because I just don't see anything usable or anything that I like, but sometimes I get lucky and EA gives us something that we can work with, for once anyway. Okay, what else do I put in a bedroom? This is such an EA bedroom. It has one nightstand, one light, one bed, and one dresser. Nothing much going on. At the very least, I like to add plants, especially if they're the types of Sims who have plants in other parts of their house. I think a plant in the bedroom really adds a nice touch. On top of all that, I'm gonna add a door out to the patio here. This way you can get in through several ways. So I guess that works out. Oh my goodness, look at these posters. Okay, I'm gonna keep the one film poster and we're gonna put it in the office, but I think I'm gonna put something nicer in the bedroom. That might be what I need, a painting. I would add a fireplace, but you know what? I don't think I have time to deal with a chimney, but I did think about it. Okay, let's just wait for all this stuff to load. You know, Sims 3 problems. I should say now, my smooth patch didn't load properly, so I've been having a few problems, but nothing I can't handle, and saving the game every 5 seconds won't fix. When it comes to paintings, there's so many from so many different DLC packs that I just pick the one I like the most. And sometimes it's hard to pick, even if you're picking from everything. I was gonna say, I really like this painting, but I really don't like the color, but it looks like we can customize the color, so I can make it match the bed. Oh my God, that's so nice. In fact, we could use 2 of these paintings and just put one over the other. I'm gonna change the one to match the teal rug. There we go, that looks nice. Okay, well, I think that pretty much does it for the renovation. Why don't we jump back into first person and we'll take the grand tour. I'll see you there. And here we are at our gorgeous mid-century modern renovation. Honestly, it turned out a lot better than I thought. I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do with the front there, but yeah, let's scooch past Dethany and get a look at the landscaping. So I really like the clean lines and the concrete. It really helped bring the build together. I do like using cobblestone sometimes like they originally had, but not in every house. Anyway, coming into the front door is the living room that I barely changed. I love this rug. I love the color of the couches. I was really impressed. Usually when EA goes bold with color, it doesn't work out too well. Turning around the corner to the dining room, we have basically the same dining room as before, but I just spruced it up a little bit and made it either more or less cohesive. Going into the kitchen, I just realized I forgot all of those appliances. Not the big appliances, but the little ones like the coffee maker and stuff. Anyway, let's ignore that. Going into the study, we have our nice red carpet here and nothing else really added. Anyway, let's forget about that. Coming into the study, I didn't really make any changes. I thought this was the best room in the house. Most practical, one of the most beautiful, and in a pretty good spot too. I just noticed that they put a burglar alarm, which is great because I forgot. Anyway, going into the baby's room here, this is the bedroom I modified the most. I usually like to stick a crib in every house anyway, just in case story progression gives them a baby. A baby's room makes sense, but anyway, let's go into the bathroom here. I have my gorgeous platform tub. Honestly, like this bathroom, if you think about it, it's like 15 tiles, which is kind of too big for a bathroom. So when you add something like this, it just takes up half the bathroom, adds some decoration, and just fills up the space a little bit. I could have even put plants here if I wanted to. I know the toilet is blood red, but I do like it, even if it's given deli. Anyway, let's go on to the final bedroom here as I regain control of the camera. As you can see here, it's a typical EA style bedroom. To be honest, I didn't really change much here either. I really like the paintings. I've never found this painting before, but I'm always interested in a painting that I can change the color with, create a style. So I'm gonna have to remember that. Okay, let's go up to the rooftop deck to get a good view of the neighborhood. From up top here, we can see all sorts of houses that we've done before. We have the next door neighbor, we have Jamie Jolina's house, we have my favorite sim, Justine Keaton. She lives right over there behind that tree. We got a 10-minute build challenge. We've got Americana in the distance. And who could forget Barbie's dream house? Thank God it's not fully rendered. But yeah, let me know. What did you guys think? Have you ever renovated this house before? Or have you ever played in it? Like, I've never even played in this one before. But I do remember when I reviewed this house in Sunset Valley, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was actually impressed. This might have been one of the first high scores that I ever gave. But I really enjoyed fixing it up with you guys today, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you had a good time with me. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe for some more Sims content. And also subscribe if you missed my Not So Berry challenge. I promise I'm gonna be getting back into it. See, the thing is, I kind of moved across the country, and I've been really busy trying to get a new job and a new apartment. It's been kind of crazy, so I've been a little bit tied up, but I'm excited to get back into the swing of things. And I'd like to shout out another thank you to Brixity for sponsoring today's video. Viewers like you and people like them help keep this channel going and help me make more content for you guys to enjoy. But that's enough rambling, I guess. So Dethany and I will see you in the next one. Boom.